Hi, today we're going to look at topic, purpose, and main idea. We're going to use an article you may have already read, Serving Up Trouble, Advertising Food to Children. I'm going to read the second paragraph. According to Ofcom figures, children in the UK watch on average 17 hours a week of TV. Most of it on commercial TV stations. This represents considerable exposure to the advertisers' promotional messages. Adverts for food products can represent up to 40% of the adverts children see on their commercial scheduled programming. Actually, in the UK, it is probably as high as 50% for most of the year. These adverts appear to be mainly for snacks, breakfast cereals, predominantly the highly sugared variety, processed foods, and drinks, mostly the soda or fruit-based high sugar varieties. In addition to this, fast food retailers also advertise extensively during programming scheduled for children. These food and drinks seem to share a common characteristic. They are generally high in refined sugars and fats. The levels of fats, sugars, and salt in some of these products are particularly alarming, according to the UK Food Standards Agency. Now, let's look at the topic. The topic is the what, the subject of the text. Ask yourself this question: what is the text about? The answer is food advertising seen on British television. Note that this is rather a general topic or subject. We have many clues. UK watch on average 17 hours a week of television. Advertisers. 40% of the adverts children see. Could be as high as 50%. And the adverts are mainly for snacks, breakfast cereals, processed fruits, and drinks. Now note, the topic is usually a noun group. It does not have a verb, and therefore is not a complete sentence. The next thing we're going to look at is the purpose, the why. The reason for writing this text. Ask yourself this question: why did the author write or include this text in the article? Our answer is to provide background information on food advertising during British children's TV programming. Now, where did we see this? We saw many statistics: 17 hours, 40% of the adverts, as high as 50% of the adverts, and we also learned what types of food are advertised: snacks and cereals, processed foods and drinks, and more information on the types of ingredients in these snacks and foods, sugars and fats. So back to our purpose, we have learned a lot of background information on food advertising in the United Kingdom during children's TV programming time. Note, a purpose statement always begins with to plus a verb. Other common purpose statements start as follows: to analyze, to compare and contrast, to discuss, to present, to demonstrate, to explain, or to persuade. But there's many others. The last thing we're going to look at is the main idea. The main idea is the author's conclusion, opinion, or point. You can ask yourself this question: what is the author's point? Our answer is here. The amount of adverts of food high in fats, sugars, and salt during UK children's TV programming is very high. If we go back to our paragraph, again, we will see all of that information. High in refined sugars and fats, and even more information, the levels of fat, sugars, and salt in these products is particularly alarming. One main clue that this is the main idea is in this sentence. These foods and drinks seem to share a common characteristic, and that important punctuation, a colon. The information that follows the colon is usually important and part of the main idea. Now, how do we write the main idea? Note. It helps to put "the author claims that" in front of the main idea statement. The main idea statement itself is always a complete sentence. That means it has a subject and verb. Now, you try a couple of texts yourselves.